Leon.
Recording live from somewhere is the world's famous TITT. His home team in the motherfucking house.
No question.
As always, it is Davis backwards. And who state your name, gangsta?
Philmatic 365, aka Middle Finger U.
That's right. Shout to Sauce Money Cheeseburger Deluxe.
Yes, yo, eating salmon croquettes and grits. Hey, actually, guys, he looked like he cut out the salmon, the croquettes, and the grits, man. He on this crazy workout joint, man.
That's what's up, man. Health is wealth, man.
No doubt. Big shout out to Sauce, man. We definitely talking with the boy. Hopefully we'll have him on the show real soon. Got a Grammy before he got his first album, Uncanny.
Yeah, nah, he's crazy with it. When you talk about crazy pens, man.
Yeah. Since my Rolex was a gift, it's no better time than the present.
That's right. Give him the finger. No, shout to him, and man, shout to Biggs Burks, hip hop.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
And these guys are having an incredible 2017. When you look at Biggs, you look at Jay, you look at Lenny S, and just everybody. Emery,
the Rock in the building, man.
Yeah, OG Juan. if you're a fan of Roc-A-Fella lore,
yeah, I'm blaming Lenny S for all that.
That's right, man. If you follow that era, that's one of your favorite eras in hip hop, man. It's been a great year for you. So shout out to the homie. He was very, very, very elated to gallivant across the Bay Area.
Not gallivanting, no.
Nah, he's definitely scouring the area to find his white on white Air Force One and done.
You think he up, yo?
No, he's definitely up, man. If you hear him tell it, man, he probably just got off work.
Oh man, I feel like we might need to speak to him, yo, about this.
Maybe that'll be a tiny podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Tiny little podcast. But
yeah, yo, he's the Michael Jordan TLCs, yo.
Yeah, man. But no, shout to him. For our listeners that wonder what we're talking about, Nike re-released essentially. It's
the official release. They never actually retail release.
Right. So it's an official release of the Air Force One lows, Roc-A-Fella edition that the guys are rocking back in the day. When all the drug dealers and the sheiks were rocking Air Force Ones. That was like 95% of the population in like Mayor from ATF. That was like the in Clark Kent, of course. But like that was the population of people that were rocking Air Force Ones, white on whites. Like you had to have a lot of disposable income for that to be your shoe of choice.
Oh, but you always had that small 10% of for lack of a better term, thirsties. Because they wanted that aesthetic, but they couldn't afford to have it. Because you really have to be able to. It's a one and done shoe. It's the Air Force one and done.
That's it, man. And
that being said, though, shout out to the Connect. I'll never mention your name. I promise respect, because those have been gifted to the boy. I will break those out sometime next week. I'm never going to wear them because you know my story.
Yeah,
a lot of sneakers, enough to write a book on, but I have never actually owned a pair of all white on white Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
20. I would say 25 years of serious collecting. Over at the height 1,800 pairs, never even wanted a pair. It's never been my thing.
Why would you?
I mean, it's literally a one and done. Like you're either gonna scuff it, you're gonna crease it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
beyond repair, or it's just
as soon as you put it on and you take a step, it's just
It is the white tee of sneakers.
The thing about that toe box too, once you get a bubble in that joint, it starts to turn into like soda.
It look like sunshine feet, man. you be like Eddie Murphy, yo. Oh man, man. See, that's why we gotta work. Yo, if Nike, if you steal my idea, you gotta cut the check. But what they should do when it's like the 30th anniversary or whatever, the next big anniversary, they should have Eddie Murphy and Layla Roshan reenact the scene. And when he pull the covers back, she got on Air Force Ones, and they got a crease in the toe, and he got to get her a new pair.
Yeah,
then you show Robin Givens, and then she got the ones without the crease. Then you can't tell me that wouldn't be fine.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody out there that ran out to get those sneakers.
It's a specifically probably a Mid-Atlantic to Northeast thing. You out where you at in Austin. Them joints probably still on the shelves, because you gotta think Roc-A-Fella for a lot of people is nostalgia. I mean, but for some people that's like, they're like, you mean Roc Nation?
Right. Yeah. Well, to each his own, man. We had a chain. Yeah, I mean the chain is iconic.
Yeah, man. So I don't know how. Never mind. I ain't gonna get started, man. Joe Beasy already covered that. Yeah, I'm with you, Joe.
Yeah. I mean, Vic Mensa, he got a Rock logo on his neck. He don't need no sneaks.
Hold on, what?
Vic Mensa, he got the Roc-A-Fella logo on his neck, tatted on his neck.
What, like the Roc-A-Fella chain look?
Yeah.
Stop it, yo.
No, that's serious. You never knew that?
For who? For what?
That's why I never really got into his music, because I was like, oh man, this dude is on some other stuff. Like,
nah, man. I mean,
Bleak can't even do that. It would be cool if Bleak did it. No, you neck.
No.
And you know how these dudes get tagged. Not on your neck. Not on your neck, baby. Nah, not on your neck. If your arm, your leg.
If anybody did it, if anybody got a pass to do it, I would say him.
Not on your neck though. Come on, man. Not on nah.
No, I mean, if he did it back then, when he was like GRI with you for free when he was still a young boy.
Yeah, sure. But tats weren't popping like that.
As a 40-year-old man, you shouldn't be getting tattoos anywhere. Like, if you don't already have them, you shouldn't be getting them.
In Vic Mensa's defense, when he got it, I think he was like 21, 22. And he was, super excited, obviously, probably someone he idolized for several years, signed him, but
Roc-A-Fella as a label doesn't even exist anymore. Like, I mean,
and you can't tell me that you were super nostalgic over, the What We Do and, Excuse Me Miss and, Feeling in the Air, because you were like 12.
I don't even think he was that old.
I'm just saying, let's just say in that era, that was what, like 2002, 2003.
If he's what, like 25 now?
He was born in 93.
Okay, so he was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, like come on, man. But again, he's opening up for Jay right now on the 444 tour, which hit the East Coast, hit DC, which
hey man, if Jay gave me a bag, man, I'm still not getting one of them.
I was about to say nah.
What's the amount? What amount of bucket would it take for one Savad LaCour Davis? Roc-A-Fella.
I mean, anything less than $1 million would be playing.
It would take $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, no, probably 500,000.
500K.
Yeah. And to be honest, Jay said you ain't seen money in your life when it comes to this cheese. Y'all I mean, shoot, you put 100K in front of me, cash, tax free.
Yeah, 100K, like when you just
tax free.
No, because I've seen like 20, 30 just in cash.
Yeah.
It looks super impressive, yo.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine with 100K.
Oh, 100K, yeah, in cash.
Like,
yeah, that's
and I ain't even talking about like in the bank vault. I'm just talking about like just sitting there, like just freshly bound, unmarked, of course.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of things to talk about, man. Big shout to the homies, the War Room, Devin, B. Austin, Jimmy, whole War Room Sports Podcast Network. What up, Burtons? We see you. John Appetit.
Free the War Room, yo.
Yeah. Still the best food podcast that you could possibly listen to. Shout out to the Burtons.
Burtons, love them.
Yeah, man. I mean, November ended very strongly. Obviously, we all love Thanksgiving. We all love, that kind of beginning of the holiday season. People start to smile a little bit more.
My favorite time of the year.
You hear the Temptations. You hear all these
Donny
things.
Hathaway.
Yeah, they just take you back to just happier times. And this year is no different, of course. But the thing that I think was most impressive about it, at least for hip hop culture, was the amount of just material that has come out in the past couple of weeks from Big Crit. Yeah, from Big Crit to Fab and Jada. I mean, we've really been blessed. Obviously Saha. We got to talk about that.
Sidell.
Yeah.
Hey man. Hey, that joint is amazing.
Yeah. So
even J.R. Ryder, like that joint, that surprised me because I didn't expect it.
JR,
I mean, he always been nice, but I didn't expect that. That was an excellent project. And of course, the boy Flea.
Yeah, the program. And then the kind of the BS that happened with him and Mace with the Oracle, and it was just a great time to really just pay attention and kind of just have some escapism, which is always a plus with the music, of course. What was your favorite project? No Dope on Sundays. Is that still top right for you right now?
Yeah, for the last couple projects that came out, that and Big Crit are in the last couple months the two best bodies of work for me. I got both of them as it is. I mean, of course, we got the Road to the Hippies coming extremely soon, but they're I think they're top 10 albums for me in 2017. And heavy rotation.
Now, when you talk about that, of course, speaking of things being announced this week, of course, the Grammys.
Oh, that other award.
They're going back to New York this year, so they'll actually be in Manhattan. And they've done what they've could to try to maybe include people. The whole Oscars So White campaign that came about, it has kind of opened people's eyes a little bit. Jay has a song called Moonlight, that kind of touches a little bit on the fact that even when we win, we lose. But he's up for Album of the Year. This is the first time that he's actually been nominated. His wife's been nominated 3 times for Album of the Year.
Could you imagine if
she
Jay
hasn't taken it back? She hasn't taken it home yet.
Could you imagine if Jay gets the Album of the Year award and she doesn't?
Now, the thing that's interesting about this is with the Grammys here lately, and it kind of started with some of the older artists that came out, Ray Charles, Herbie Hancock.
Yes, greatest name in the history of music.
When they were nominated, it was kind of like it was just refreshing just to see them get recognized in that way. But they were also given, these looks that that they just weren't afforded, earlier in their career. And
absolutely,
that kind of is the same thing that might be happening with Jay right now. You got the Songwriters Hall of Fame nod, earlier this year. Obviously he opened Saturday Night Live is the first musical act of the season. And he hit every festival he wanted to hit. He's got the tour going on. I mean, there's not a hotter rapper right now.
There's never been a nigga this good for this long, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he told you that 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Where we stand right now, I mean, the overwhelming surprise is the fact that he's been nominated, but he was the most nominated artists.
8 times, right?
Yeah, Kendrick was 7. So yeah, so it's just interesting just to just see where we go with that. You talk about rap album of the year, Jay, Kendrick, Migos. I mean, you know, whatever.
Hold on.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, yo.
You know, Q-Tip had some things about this, but you can't be mad at Rhapsody.
No,
you know, being nominated.
I'm not mad at Rhapsody. I am mad at one of them.
I mean, Tyler the Creator, that's whatever.
I was talking to the champ and I was like, yo, I think they were trying to figure out a 5th nominee, and I like he must have, his Viceland show commercial might have came on and said, oh, he raps. Like,
but if that's the case, like you just had Tribe perform last year or your last show, it's like that was right in front of your face.
I mean, it was #1 in multiple countries. It did. It was critically acclaimed. It did well as far as streams and sales, from what I understand. So
you invited them to perform. Like that's the part that's just so like, you know, Tip. You know, obviously he was outspoken about it, but
you know this is politics and bullshit. There's a lot of lobbying. It's literally, you know, it's like the Heisman. You know, like people have campaigns and everything like that. So
and you also kind of have to have a moment too, just like the Heisman. You know, like what's your Heisman moment, or what's like their Heisman moment was at the Grammys last year.
Yeah, and it won Saturday Night Live. You know, so I one of the things that the only thing I can say is that unfair or unfair, when you come out early in the cycle, your album often gets forgot about.
Very true.
Like I'm so afraid that's going to happen. In fact, I'm not afraid. I know it's going to happen to Saha. First of all, he doesn't have the name recognition. But being that it came out now and it was too late to be in this year's Grammys, so that means he has to go over a year before they start talking about it again.
And he'll be competing against, you know, essentially the person that's effectively his boss.
Yeah,
you got Marshall coming out on December 15th.
So you already know it's a wrap,
right? But you know he won't, that same slight that you're talking about as far as it coming out too early in the cycle. He won't bear the brunt of that because he'll actually get consideration well into next year. So you know,
I'm surprised they ain't nominate the joint with him and Beyonce. You laughing? I'm serious.
Like, let us just hear a snippet. Oh, okay, yeah, you nominated.
I mean, because it came out like a week earlier, I bet you on everything I love, it'd have been on that ballot.
Yeah,
it'd have been on that ballot, and it would have been in this year's awards. They probably will perform. Don't be surprised.
I wouldn't be. Now, the one thing that's interesting about that, of course, Best New Artist, Chance took that home last year. He had a very good night.
Absolutely.
And man, Uzi's nominated this year, which is crazy.
Uzi's in there, SZA.
Yeah.
Somebody else. I think the kid Khalid.
Yeah, he is.
Not my Steez, but I recognize that a lot of people really like that dude.
More than likely, he's going to be the one that comes away with that.
He's pretty popular with the youth.
Yeah, but you know, so this was the first time a white man was not nominated in the major category in the album of the year. So
I do declare.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, you know, the Grammys, you know, it has its pros and cons.
Yo, did you see the clip of Fox News where they had first of all they had the editor from Vibe. I'm like, I didn't know they still made that, but I guess he's from Vibe Online. So shout out to him because he was defending. She was the blonde haired, blue eye. You know they all the same on Fox. It's like you got him in a factory, but she was like, it's the most misogynistic album of the year category there's ever been. I'm like, yo, what? Like, it's crazy. Like they couldn't just celebrate the music, of course not. They had to start picking out flaws. And of course, she went to, he was a drug dealer
for 14 years.
He stabbed his manager. I know he wasn't his manager, but she's And you have to see the clip. You should see her trying to pronounce Dose.
Oh gosh.
Duce. She was like, do you uses?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she was reading the lyrics.
Mm.
And she was like,
that's always a bad idea.
She was like, rich N-word, poor N-word, white N-word, black N-word, still N-word. I was like, come on, man. Like, are you kidding me? And then she proceeded to read.
That was nominated for Song of the Year, man.
Yo, that's how you know. Jay is that dude, because out of all the songs that could have been nominated from that album, that's the one. I mean, technically, I guess they're all singles because they all have videos or Jigga aids, if you will. That was probably the most surprising of all his nominations.
But we'll see. We'll see. You know, it's finally back in New York after like 12 years, something crazy like that. So,
isn't he getting like the Lifetime Achievement Award too?
He's getting, it's like not quite like that specifically, but something of that sort. Yes.
Are they going to bring out the melee of artists to tribute him like they do for like some of the?
Of course not.
Yeah. So like, can we get like a Roc-A-Fella reunion on the Grammy?
I don't think they could get in the building that night.
Yo, you think we can get a Throne reunion?
I was hoping that it was going to happen during this tour. This while this tour was going on.
We still got a chance, right?
Yeah, there's still like 2 weeks left, 2.5.
Don't they got some Cali dates?
Well, she's got the Chicago date like coming up this week.
That's one of the final ones, right?
No, he actually ends in LA in Inglewood.
Oh,
but he has a Chicago date coming up this week. I'm like, man, if these guys could just reconcile, you know, and maybe have that moment, that would be crazy. But it doesn't look like it's gonna happen right now.
Over under on Jay rhyming over some Common beats in Chicago. When he hits the line, truthfully, I want to rhyme like common sense, and then
I think that would be dope. But
he rapped over Bone Thugs.
Yeah, he's been giving little treats here and there. Here in Houston, you know, he did, you know, his usual Big Pimpin'. He rhymed Pimp C's verse, but then after that they played Pimp C's verse from International Players Anthem. I mean, it was like an earthquake in there.
You know it was.
That was crazy.
And I knew the whole crowd.
Word for word. Yeah, that was incredible. Like goosebumps. So shout for him. So yeah, so he's been throwing in little things, you know, for each city. So we'll see. I would love, you know, even if he didn't do Common, if he did something over, you know.
Whoa.
Classic. Yeah, classic.
You got it, man.
But yeah, we'll see. There's definitely
bring back the Throne, man.
Yeah, I would love to see it.
Yo, just real random fact before we move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Just because she has no use for the CD player, the only CD that has been in the Champ's car since it came out has been Watch the Throne.
Yeah.
Like, because she never uses CDs, so she's never actually taken it out, and so she got the car brand new in 2014. That's the only CD that's ever been in there. So anytime I drive her car, because my phone not synced to her Bluetooth, so if I don't plug in the phone, like I just need to, I'm not listening to the radio. So I was listening to the Throne the other day, and I was like, yo, these dudes need to patch this shit up, man. This is beautiful music.
Yeah. It definitely would be hot to get another one. We'll see. There's some apologies that probably have to go down.
They got things they need to iron out, like for real.
Yeah.
They need to get in the gym like Apollo and Rocky and just box that one out with no cameras and then come out and make classics.
Yep. Yo, big shout to Wu-Tang, man. I know we talked about this before, but man, the saga continues, man. That's still a rotation for me. I listen to that.
No, definitely that's one that's
Yeah.
yo, in their honorary member Red Man, he always holds them down.
Reggie's doing his thing.
Yeah. And Meth on that joint. Meth was
yo,
all
Meth,
rejuvenated.
Yeah. The puns were extra punny and witty.
Yeah, man.
It was pretty good.
I was listening to Dan Le Batard's show. He was on there. He was saying, yo, he was suffering from depression during like the height of his career. He's like he couldn't. He's like the Method Man. The name and living up to that was more than he could handle at the time. You know, he was like he wasn't happy with himself, so he was just like he basically said he was an asshole. He in fact he apologized to people he like was like did dirty back then. I was like that's crazy, but like he was because they were asking him like just like what was like some of the toughest times. He was like that was like when he was like that dude and on top of the world. He was like it wasn't even fun because it was so much. He wanted to be a regular dude still and do hood rat things with his hood rat friends, and he was famous all over the world.
Yeah, I can imagine that being pretty tough.
Yeah. Especially if you're not used to people running up to you, and like I think so many people now are programmed for fame even more than they should be, like just because of social media. And you have pseudo fame and insta fame. I think people to the point where they lust after that attention, whereas like most from our era, if you had cameras on you all the time, that was 5 to 10. I mean, nobody wanted their picture taken. That's a fairly new phenomenon.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And it is just the state of affairs that we're at right now with everybody wanting to be a star. It's a good thing and a bad thing kind of too. But
yeah, man.
I like this era, man. People have their qualms and their ups and downs about how they feel about it, or they just flat out hate it. But hey, man, I like where technology is going. It's definitely connected people in a way that you just couldn't even imagine. Like,
yeah, man, you stay up with people that like that you under previous circumstances, and you would never hear from. You would have to physically, you either have to call them on the phone.
Like for example, for example, like a high school reunion, like it's not the same like that it would be for our parents. Like there would be like something
because they really haven't seen these people in 20 years.
Like I just saw you yesterday. Like
we but even what we're doing right now, we're a couple thousand miles apart.
Yeah,
like to be able to do this show, across multiple state lines. Is beautiful thing, man. Shout out to the good people at Google.
It used to cost like $1 a minute to talk to somebody long distance.
Yo, man, remember phone cards, yo? Yo, phone cards was like crack. Like when we was at Hampton.
Yeah, man.
Yo, yeah, you had a phone card. Yo, you was that boy. Yo, you don't have $25 on the phone card.
All right, man. So there's two things that we definitely have to talk about before we move on to
Let's get into it.
Some lighter things. The first thing, this is just a little bit lighter out of the two, but I'm gonna ask you straightforward, man. You got to give me the honest truth.
Always.
Have you listened to Jaden Smith's album yet, Sire?
All right. Yeah, the answer is yes and no. So again,
how does that work?
I'm in the car with the champ.
Okay.
I was told by a friend of ours who I will not shame on this magnificent podcast.
Anonymous.
Yeah, that told us he has bars. And I watched the Get Down, so I was like, all right, yeah, I'll listen so I can speak to it objectively. I put it on, and before I could say it, the champ goes, "Hey, what the fuck is this?
Okay.
And I'm just listening, like, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it is.
So the first question I have is, does he have bars?
There are bars on there, yes. That I can't take it. The kid actually can rap.
Okay.
But it's so to the left.
The left, okay.
That it's an extremely acquired taste. I can't call him whack because he actually has talent and skill.
Mm-hmm.
The music is 100% an acquired taste. Like the people that like that will love this.
Is he better than his father in 2017?
No, he's not better than his pop.
Okay. Hey, I'm asking.
I mean,
I had a few people like, yeah.
No, he has like.
I'm like
right, this is what I will say. Like if he got in there with like if somebody, like if he was willing, I'll say this. If he was willing to say, yo, I'm gonna get with somebody like Primo or a Q-Tip and I'm gonna make that type of the hip hop that we know and love, that boom bap, he actually has the skill level to do it. And it would and I would say that it would actually be nice. Okay. Because he has that talent level. Where he is, you know, like how I perceive how he thinks, he's not in that kind of space. He's one of them dudes that just, you know, wakes up and be like, yo, I'm gonna buy a celestial I'm gonna buy some constellations and name them after you know, some fallen angels. And, you know, like he's like so far out there, man. Like I guess that's what having rich parents and being raised in Hollywood can do, like where like nothing is out of bounds and you don't have any actual real world things to deal with. So you have the freedom to explore. Okay. So like I'm trying to justify what I was listening to because like
how far did you get? Did you get past that song?
I actually listened to the whole thing. It's a lot of political stuff, which I like. Like he's very aware of what's going on in the world, which you have to respect that because there's a lot of grown ass human beings that aren't aware of what's going on in the world. So you that definitely comes across in the music, but it's just like he's on his own vibe. Like the way music changes, so he's ahead of his time, like kind of how like Pharrell was with a lot of stuff. Either he's way ahead of his time and we just haven't caught up yet, the music industry, or he's so far on his own plane that, you know, he's on the astral plane that we haven't reached yet. Like yo, he's smoking the goodest of good, yo. I don't know, man, but I encourage fans of music to actually listen to it and judge for themselves, because you'll obviously hear that he's not whack.
You've always made a distinct you know, line in the saying that, you know, there are such things as fans of music and fans of hip hop. You're a fan of hip hop. Yeah. Would you recommend that a fan of hip hop listen to his album?
Fan of hip hop probably will not like this, just because there's not even when you talk about like trap shit, it doesn't feel like that, and it's not what we're accustomed to either. So it's just some other shit. Like I don't even know how to explain it. You just have to really honestly judge for yourself. You have to go into it with an open mind. You know, but if and don't expect anything, like, because if you go in there with preconceived notions, you're gonna be like, yo, that's like I just went in there like, yo, I'm just gonna listen to it and see what it go for, but it's not for me. I'm not there yet.
Yeah. All right. Well,
that was way too many bars about Sire.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you took it there. Radio Silence from Talib Kweli, that was a project that came out, gave that a run.
This is some of the best quality I've heard in a while. I mean, sans the 7. The 7 is
Yeah,
a different. But this is, as far as his solo projects, this is probably maybe in like out of the last 4 or 5 projects that he's done, this is the best one.
I mean, I like it when it's short and sweet. As far as, you know, not a whole lot of fluff. You just get straight to the message.
A lot of versatility on this one too.
I mean, he's got Waka-Flocka in there. He's got Rick Ross. He dug up Jay Electronica on the joint we were talking about earlier this week.
All 3 tracks you mentioned, totally different tracks from one another. Yeah. All 3, I like them all, actually.
Yeah.
I like them all.
So you know, people have become disenchanted with him a little bit over the past few years, but he's doing him, man. He's putting out some quality music.
People's taking him for granted, man. I think when people actually go and look back at his body of work, they're gonna go back and be like, yo, this dude was making. I mean, he makes good music. I mean, I agree with you. The short and sweet approach is much better. Like the 7 was perfect. But this project I think is one that will stand the test of time. It definitely will. I think will age well.
Replay value.
Yeah.
I want to switch gears a little bit, man. Get serious for a moment, and just get your take. You know, when we talk about entrepreneurship and we talk about Black excellence and we talk about what that means to guys like us, as far as the heads and guys that, you know, look at hip hop in a certain way, in a certain reverence, like we do. You say the word rush, it just means something to us, like automatically. You know, like not to everybody. To some people, you might have to say, you know, Russell Simmons, but, you know, guys like us, you say Rush. We already connected. We already know where you're going with that. So, from everything from Fat Farm to, you know, the actual move from Def Jam, from the NYU dorm room with Rick Rubin to, you know,
skyscrapers.
To Columbia, to, you know, everything.
Rush associated labels. Rush management.
I mean, the probably the best resume in hip hop pound for pound.
Yeah. We've been fond of calling him the Godfather of hip hop.
Yeah.
And I have to temper my words because we don't know everything, but if even a quarter of what we heard is actually true, yo, man, that dude's dead to me, man. I can't rock with that, yo. Like, there's something about, like, first of all, he has daughters, so man, like, I don't understand it. Like I've never seen the need to use whatever power I had to take something like that or take advantage of a woman who didn't want that. Like I don't understand it. I don't get it, especially in a position where somebody like him,
like there's a difference between shoot your shot and look what these guys are doing.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm all 100% for, like, you know, asking somebody that you attracted to, or, you know, just, you know, asking them out, or, you know, but once they shut that down, like, to take it to the levels that Rush and a lot of Harvey Weinstein, a lot of these other dudes have been taking it to, you know, was my Matt Lauer, the NBC boy?
Yeah.
Like that shit is insane to me, and it is. And we have, first of all, we have to make distinctions. There's a lot of distinctions between, you know, there's levels, but I'm specifically talking about Rush because what he means to us, that literally hurt.
I mean, you just think about all the lines of reference people, you know, have mentioned, you know, him, you know, like Russell, like
I'm
Rush.
the new improved Russell. Like,
yeah, like
he, like, You can't even say that. Like you perform that's Ace to the Izzo, right? I mean, you perform you can't say that.
Yeah.
Like I'm the new improved Russell. Like no, that's not Ace to the Izzo.
Nah, it's something else.
I'm the new
But
improved Russell. Boys do love you. But regardless of what song it is, you can't say that anymore. Like it takes a whole new meaning. Is again, I have to preface if what's being said is actually true, which by the way he reacted to it, makes me believe that everything these two women said are 100% true. Because I know it, me and you, if somebody says it makes the claims that these two women made about me, I'm at somebody's microphone and somebody's TV station immediately like, yo, no, I didn't do none of that.
Yeah,
I was here at this time on that day. Come on, man. Like he immediately stepped down from his companies. That was his. Didn't make a statement. Didn't he just like, yo, I have to stop working here because like. So yeah. I'm hoping that these things are true, but it just doesn't feel right, man. And I can't rock with dude. It changes how I look at him, and you just gotta wonder, like, yo, what? Not only what else are we going to hear, but who else are we going to hear about?
Yeah, it's scary, man, because it's like, some of these people have been put on these pedestals as heroes and people to look up to, and kind of like mentors from afar, people that you haven't met, but if you were to, apply some of the same principles that they have as far as business and drive and work ethic, you could possibly get where you wanted to go. And
let me just speak about Matt Lauer real quick, because this is this one is uniquely disturbing for the simple fact that he had Bill O'Reilly, who we all know settled out sexual harassment allegations. He settled with the women, and he was fired from his Fox News job and everything like that. He comes on Matt Lauer's show on NBC. Matt Lauer, for 20 minutes, proceeds to berate him about his conduct and how could he be that kind of person and abuse his power. And I'm like, yeah, Matt, yeah, get at him. This dude, this which makes me think, like, is this like a mental like problem where, well, because either he is the most, sociopathic dude, in existence, or this is like a mental problem where he couldn't see like that he was the same person as Bill O'Reilly, the person.
I think he just didn't think he was gonna get caught. You know how that goes, man.
Which leads me to option number C, that he is in fact, a piece of shit. And just like, and he was berating somebody knowing that he was the exact same person.
Now, in this situation, is it all right to say, yo, Russ, hold your head? Like, we're rooting for you? You can't even say that, can you?
I'm not rooting for the fuck that dude, man. I hope bad things happen to him. I'm saying that. Like, a lot of people won't say that. Yeah. But I'm hoping that, that, see, the problem with a lot of this, sexual assault has that statute of limitations. So I believe a lot of these things, if they did want to pursue criminal action, I don't think they can, because of the statute of limitations. But that would be my hope, because like, again, like that's like way, like, of all the foul shit you could do, that's one of the most foul things. Yo, I'm telling you, I want no parts of jail. If something ever happens to my little girl in that kind of way, you know where I'm gonna be.
Oh yeah. God forbid.
Fast.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's just
look at me. I did this to you.
It's our job to, to make sure that we protect everybody, man. Not just
the dudes we like or
yeah,
used to like.
exactly.
Rush, you broke my heart, Rush.
Allegedly. But we'll see. I'm hoping that some comfort, some strength, all of this comes from this. Anybody that's been violated, it's tough to be voiceless. And I know a lot of people feel that way. When you're up against, such titans of industry and all these people that have all this power and stuff. And it seems like the ability to be able to speak out has been, kind of been put to the forefront so that people feel comfortable doing it. And I hope, more people get exposed, man. If that's the case, if that's what you're out there doing, you may want to, try to sew up some loose ends, because your day might be next. It seems like they're getting somebody every 48 hours.
Yo, like, just the sociopathic nature to like to like do that and then be in that person's presence every day and just be like nothing happened. Like I can't fathom that. Like that's wild to me, man. Yeah. We had to take it there, but in much lighterness.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers movie, man.
Yeah, Infinity War, man. I said this
just dropped.
Hey, look, that's the only time you're gonna catch me in the movie theaters, man. Nowadays, man, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be there for Star Wars in about 14 days, and
you the last one left, yo. Shout out to Styles and Todd. I like Star Wars, man. They like talking about things that how they age. It like I haven't completely. I can't rock with it like I used to, man. Like it doesn't hold the same.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying that, but just for the experience. I mean, they still do definitely as far as the effects and even the storyline to just see where it's progressed. I'm here for that. So
yeah, I fell asleep watching the last one.
Oh, I did too.
I fell asleep watching the last one.
I'm falling asleep in every movie. I went to see Spider-Man: Homecoming. I was asleep before the final credits. I mean, for the opening credits even were off the screen. So
yeah, man. That's nothing. Too young around to do that.
Yeah, man. So but yeah, I'm definitely excited for Avengers.
That's why.
I am old.
You're almost a man, yo. you hear from being a man.
Hey, man. You know what though? I love it though, man. It's great.
No doubt, man.
Season.
Got the wisdoms in the beard. I mean,
yeah, man. What can you do?
Yeah, man. Looking like a bottle of pepper up in the beard. I mean,
hey, man. Gotta do what you gotta do now. As we head towards the end of the year, man, like you said, on the road to the hippies. RJ Payne is somebody that's releasing some music. We actually spoke to him in the last episode, man.
Yeah, man. Definitely check that out if y'all haven't.
Man, he at I am RJ Payne.
Yes.
That's it.
Murder in Less Than 60 Seconds is the hashtag. Got the mixtape coming out December 8th?
15th. You pushed it
15th? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, because it got some treats on there. You may possibly hear from your friendly neighborhoods on the
we'll see.
Yeah, man. We will see. But yeah, definitely big shout out to RJ and the whole team, actually, man.
Yeah,
man.
We didn't mention Benny the Butcher.
Boom, 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 boom. That's my you already know about my you know that's because in my mind, I'm the toughest dude on the planet in my mind. Not like I'm not a studio gangster. I'm not trying to run up on nobody, but I enjoy that talk.
Yeah.
And there are few people on the planet that talk like the Griselda boys, man.
Yeah.
Yo, shout out to West Side, Conway, Derringer, and
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, and Benny the Butcher, who dropped hosted by Green Lantern, Butcher on steroids, and yo, that knife work, that
Hawk.
gun, that Hawk, they talk that talk, man, and let's be clear, let's please, it is not just like I'm often fond of saying that I don't believe 90% of what I hear from these dudes, but there's certain ones where you just know that it is they're not recording, they're recalling. And I've never met them dudes a day in my life, but I know recalling when I hear it. That's recalling.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah, so shout out to them dudes. And I can't wait to see what ends up happening once Paul Rosenberg takes over Def Jam, because Griselda has their venture with Shady. So I believe Shady is going along. That portion of Shady is going to Def Jam, I think.
That would make sense.
M stays on Interscope because why would they ever let him go? But I think Shady Records as a label is going to Def Jam. I think that was part of the thing to get why it's taking so long for the transition. But yeah, man, we might even get no, we not. I was gonna say we might even get some Slaughterhouse.
No, never.
No, we will get Royce though. We will get the Book of Ryan though.
Yeah. Heard that's top of the year maybe.
Yeah. Crook got some new work coming out too.
I could go for Prime too. Yeah. So there's
Static King. I feel like there's more there.
Yeah.
That can be done.
I think so. Shout out to Static. He released 8.
8.
So that's his usual body of work he puts together. Great samples.
Yo.
Good records, and just
that Run the Jewels joint, man.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. So, like I said, man, we named about 8 projects. I mean,
that's just in the last
couple
month.
Yeah.
Last month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a list. I've been compiling the list. There's what I would consider quality hip hop. There's over 70 joints this year, yo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, even just the super slept on joints, Planet Asia,
Diamonds.
Yeah.
Yo, Anchovies on the Lodo is. Yeah, man. I love Perestroika.
Yeah.
OC. Apathy and OC. Shout out to them. Yeah, there's some joints out there. Of course, our brother Sky.
Yeah.
Peddler's
Theme. Yeah.
It's going to Hippie's gonna be tough, man. Hippies are gonna be extremely tough this year.
One of the toughest years for sure.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, if we were thinking about we're probably gonna do this on a whole separate show. But do you know what your top 5 are right now?
Yes, I do. As far as projects, Bar Exam 4, Layla's Wisdom, 444, Damn. And yes, it's that ever elusive 5th one that I could probably put like 15 joints.
Yeah, that 5. I'm not even doing a top 5 this year. I've already got that. I mean, we're gonna have to do a 10 because it would be so unfair to so many. I can sleep easy with 10. It's like college football. You're like why not have an 18 playoff?
Yeah. Well, it's coming.
Well, I mean, they saying we have the de facto 18 playoff because just shut up and just do it and just make it official.
See, I got guilty pleasure joints too that I almost want to put.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like truth be told, like I like the 2 Chainz album.
Change joint is
Yeah, it rolls.
you know, I got my girl LaKaylee 47.
Mhm.
That's, you know, nothing about me says I should be liking that joint, but I
Yeah,
was banging that joint the other day.
Ross came with a solid project.
Ross project. I think he could have gotten that fifth Grammy spot if Tribe
Yeah,
didn't get it.
yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, Tyler's project. I'm not a huge fan of Tyler's, and it wasn't a bad project.
You know how I feel about him.
Yeah,
But
but
he rapped. He really rapped on this one.
yeah, he really did, and his production is always solid. So
Oh,
I get
gotta give a shout. We got definitely we're talking about, and we'll definitely highlight this guy, man. Listen, everybody that's listening to us right now, if you haven't Googled Joyner Lucas in the past 72 hours or the past week, do yourself a favor. He has a project that's out now. It is 508 507 2209. And you know, just with him, like he's just coming with all the concepts that you could possibly come up with, all the different visuals. But this one in particular that he put out, man, he continues to top himself, man. It's incredible. I'm not a racist is the joint, and like you had like CNN covered this, like they actually did like a profile on this on air like the other day. Like they took some time out and said this is
well, explain it to the people who are unfamiliar.
So when you actually see this, it is a video that is for a song that he did off the project, and it's coming from two different perspectives. So it's coming from the perspective of what you would typically probably envision a redneck, make America great again, white man to be talking to a black man, and then you get the black man's perspective talking to him. And the thing that Joyner does that makes him different from a lot of MCs is he's able to remain himself, but also put himself into these different situations and different concepts in people's voices, but still give his brand of MCing, but still put himself
from their point of view.
From their point of view, exactly. And nobody's doing that better than him right now. So
it's crazy because when I first saw it, I was like, I mean, I've heard the song, so but seeing the actual visual is crazy.
Yeah. It really gives you a chance to kind of visually take in like the divide that is America, like that's going on between the left and the right and the whatever you want to say, red and blue, or black and white.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So
them and us, rich and poor, whatever,
But the thing I like about him that he does, he brings these conversations to the forefront that people aren't comfortable having a lot of times, and that's how you get you get the most progress from that, when people are kind of out of their comfort zone and they have to face something head on. He does that, whether it be gang initiation gone wrong, that was based on a true story, whether it be just a concept about $100 bill and all the hands that it changes.
That joy.
Whether it be something like this where he's showing a different just like vitriol coming from both sides, like of the racial divide in America. Man, we just had to give him a shout. There's been some hot takes on it, like what's wrong with what he's actually depicting.
You can find something wrong with pretty much anything.
Exactly. So even a vagina is not good if you don't clean it. So there's that.
talk that talk, man.
I mean, that's real.
And while we're recognizing joints, another project that's a favorite of mine from 2017, Shot Stimuli, man.
Yeah.
Another dude. Amazing concept. He has a song called it's called Prison University.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives the argument that for being a rapper in this climate, it would have been better for him to have gone to prison than have gone to college, because he would have received more respect from his peers in the community in which he works in than him going to college.
Yeah.
He does go on a later track to say is that he was joking, but it was one of those things that he was just, just pointing out the hypocrisy of it. But the way that he did it, it was actually, it was the argument. It was like, damn, where you almost had to, like, for a half second be like, yo, if you're a rapper, you might. But I mean, it's just one of them things, like the creativity that we're seeing in these projects, as great as they are, because of the year 2017 was, they probably won't make our top 10. And it's not a slight to them. That's the crazy part. That's how great 27, because the 7 still came out this year. And we got to fit that in somewhere.
Man, it's a good problem to have, man.
Yeah, it's the problem I've been wanting for the last couple years. It's the problem that I want.
You can see that we're excited to definitely, we're in December. We're excited to give people recognition, and that's what we do.
And shout out to our homie Dell, man, who had an amazing project too for the art.
Yeah, he's getting recognition all around. Not only the city, but also Atlanta has like embraced them. It's kind of like his second home too. So man, shout out to Del P.
Yeah, man, it's just a matter, man. He's gonna be the name. He's gonna be the best new artist. And we're like, yo, Del's been doing this for a decade. Right. Like how Rhapsody is the darling right now. And she's been that good for those who are new to Rhapsody. She's been that good. So go back and check out some of the previous projects. Please, Beauty and the Beast, B Girl.
Mm-hmm. She got game. Crown.
Yeah. Oh, Crown. Which also came out in 2017. Problems, right?
Hey, man, it's good problems to have. As always, guys, we appreciate everybody that's rocking with us. We definitely have some things lined up. Shout out to DJ Rick Cheese, traveling all over this globe.
Yeah, his passport looks like a Yellow Pages. Google it, kids, if you're not familiar with a Yellow Page.
Speaking of passports, man, one of my favorite lines from Friday on Elm Street came from Fab on Soul Food, which is one of my favorite joints. So it's probably my favorite joint on there. Man, he said he feel like these young dudes need more eye jammies, more. Like that, and then after that, he followed up with saying,
Jimmy.
More stamps on the passport, less trips to Miami. Just broadening your horizons and stuff like that.
Absolutely, man.
But yeah, man. Other than the Future joint, which we talked about, in our chat, the two, technically the Future, it's like 1.5 Future joints.
Yeah, because it's a remix.
Yeah.
The joint I am not a fan of.
In the French joint, All About It. Okay, whatever.
I'm not all about it at all, yo. And Jada is a personal hero.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah. It's and what happened to the Rapture, yo? Like what did Anita Baker not clear the samples? Did she do them like she did Raz?
She put the kibosh on that.
Yeah, she had to, because that song, like Tory Lanez did his thing.
Yeah.
Fab and Jada were doing Fab and Jada things.
Yeah.
On that joint, had the great ad libs, the like all that,
But, that's why we have to make our own playlists.
Yeah, but the crazy part, speaking of which, we're gonna get promo mode. Speaking of which, you can the link is in my bio on Instagram. You can download the new Tissue and the Tape official tissue for the best joints in November.
Yeah.
31 tracks?
Yeah.
On there? Yeah, get some. Featuring some of the aforementioned Jada and Fab, Cam, new Dipset, Got J.R. Writers on there, Ross, Talib. It's some good joints. Even got M and Beyonce, Rihanna and Pharrell.
Yeah. No.
Got a little Too Short on there.
November was a good month.
November was an excellent month, man. Got a lot. Oh, got some Sean Price. Yo, the Sean Price joint on there. That is, yo, I almost cut some onions when I heard that joint because I know I'm serious because I feel like dude was about to be a huge ass star.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he would have been in like somehow, some way he would have been the black version of what Action Bronson is outside of music. Like whereas Action Bronson is a personality outside of the music he does. I feel like Sean Price was on his way to be that.
Like Action Bronson never has to spit another bar.
He does not, and he's great at doing anything else. Like I like him as a rapper. With Blue Chip 7000 also came out this year, by the way. I enjoy Action as a rapper. I love dude as a TV personality.
Yeah,
his show is literally the show about nothing, and it's incredible. Like he cooks. He had a sword swallower pause on the on the train, and it was just like why is this chick swallowing literally sharp knives? But it was entertaining as fuck. He had Rosie Perez on the joint. He had Balky from Perfect Strangers. Magnificent, yo.
Yeah, shout out
to Action. But Sean P was on his way to be that.
Yeah, for
sure. And it hurts.
One of the biggest personalities. Most,
yeah, man.
And
he was finding his groove, man. The phrase is so overused, going too soon. But if ever it applied, it's to Sean Price. Big up to Bernadette and his daughter Sean Price. Because they hold him down like only a queen and a princess could. So definitely big up in respect to them.
No question. We're heading towards the end of the show. We did not forget about the ladies that we normally give a shout to. We definitely just want to give a shout out to Eve, who
absolutely.
You talk about people reinventing themselves and just staying relevant and bringing the perspective that we kind of need for people to see, like just a fresh
Philadelphia Bills character.
Yeah, Pitbull in a skirt. Always, give it to you raw and honest. She has recently joined. This kind of came out of nowhere to me. Like I had no idea that she was going to be joining. Whose place did she take?
Aisha Tyler?
Yes, that's whose place she took. So, I mean, also someone that kind of brings something to the talk.
Yeah.
Eve, just kind of just making her way there, and she's someone who, has a fresh perspective and is always willing to speak her mind and give honest opinion. So, I haven't had a chance to check that out, but she is joining. She has joined Julie Chen, Sarah Gilbert, Sharon Osbourne, and Cheryl Underwood on the talk. So, it's pretty cool. They're in their 8th season, which is wild to me. Like I didn't know they made it that long.
I would have never guessed that joint been on that long.
Yeah, but man, shout to Eve. Someone else, man, I wanted to give a shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross. She recently hosted the American Music Awards, where they actually honored her mom, which was a dope moment to
Very
see.
Dope.
Them, just have that moment together. You could really see that the love and appreciation they have is like a mutual type thing. Her mom is incredible. Even still now,
she's the definition of what a star is. Like, like she has an aura. She has like you could see her star quality is palpable. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Diana Ross. So
Also, we're gonna be actually doing a little venture with our brothers from the War Room Sports Podcast Network called The Listening.
Absolutely.
Anybody that knows Phil and I, man, we're definitely lovers of the audio books.
Yeah, I'm King Risson, yo. That's
but yeah. So one of the people that we're gonna be highlighting definitely in some of our first episodes is she may be Gabby to you guys. She'll never be Gabby to us anymore. She's
Nikki.
Nikki Union. You are all right with us. She by far, pound for pound, probably had one of the best, if not the best, book that I listened to all year.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I listened to a lot of books.
Amazing. It gives you literally every emotion that you can think of, you get from this book.
Yeah.
You know, the good and the bad.
But like like the one thing that I like about books, of course, and the biographies, like autobiographies in particular, like you really get a chance to just see how people's minds work. Like, yo, she's like, to me, at least in my opinion, like she's on some Mensa stuff. Like just the way that her brain operates. Like she's seen enough and she's done enough in her life to where her level of intelligence is at a very high peak to me.
Yeah. And she narrates the book herself, which I always feel some type of way when somebody writes an autobiography and then they make an audiobook but they don't read it.
Yeah.
Kind of it feels like maybe like, you know, like you feel like you're too, because if Bobby Brown can read his own book, like there's the only one caveat was the Mike Tyson one. I'm glad the dude that did Mike's, but
yeah, me too.
Which is another GOAT level.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Nikki Union, she definitely has the beautiful mind. No Russell Crowe, and like she is who I imagined she was before I listened to the book. Like any like preconceived notion that I had about like who I thought she was, the kind of person that I thought she was, she's that person. It's a good thing, man, because you know we always find the same. You never want to meet the people you kind of admire because they, you know, they're not going to turn out the way you think they are. You know, we're looking at you, Mike Jeff.
We're also looking at you, little boy that was trying to get Stephen Curry's autograph.
and yeah, oh man,
that didn't go so well. Yo, you're really quick too. Also, our last lady, we normally do 4. Vi Laos. For if that name's not familiar with you, just know that she is about to take office on Monday as the mayor of Charlotte, and she is just her story is amazing. But it's pretty incredible to see that city where it's come from, where it is now.
Yes.
You know, and just everything that it's taken to see.
City pick up.
Yeah, to see people of color get to these points where they're able to, you know, unseat these people that have been in here for generations.
Yeah, good old boy network.
Yeah. She got Jennifer Roberts up out of there. She said, "Hey, Jennifer Roberts, yeah, get out of here." So pretty incredible. First Black woman mayor of Charlotte, North Carolina, a city that's on the rise. It's getting the All-Star game next year. Yeah, so big shout to Vi Laos and Tracy Ellis Ross, Nikki Union, and the girl Eve.
Yo, I got an honorable mention, yo.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to who I affectionately call Black Ice. I think they should take that and run with it or skate with it, if you will. The Nigerian bobsled team, 3 women who in my mind are superheroes. So shout out to them. Definitely being the first African nation to qualify for bobsledding. That's first ever to qualify for the the bobsled. So they'll be competing. I'm not sure where they are this year. In Poland, maybe. I'm not wherever they are. I'll be tuning in just to root for them.
I'll definitely be watching that.
If they win, that would be amazing. But somehow, some way, two things need to happen. They need to officially be called Black Ice, and somehow they need to do like a bonus cut and get them into Black Panther. Like it feels like they like when you see the picture of them, it looks like something straight out of Marvel. They look regal and they look definitely on a superhero level. Like I thought I was looking at like a postcard from Wakanda when I saw this joint, yo. So
hey, we're only a few months away. About 60 days or so.
Oh man, I'm getting my rose petals ready, man. So they could drop them down like Jaffe Joe, man. When I step in that joint, yeah, man. But I don't have nothing else. Well, let's give a shout out to a couple more ladies. The tissue loves the ladies.
Yeah.
Want to give a shout out to one of our counterparts on big shout out to East Rock from the Can I Kick It podcast, who's expecting a little b-boy, man. So definitely want to give her a shout out. Shout out to her partner Showtime Says. Congrats to them on their upcoming seed. And we got to get them on here, man, because they do great work, man. So definitely shout out to the Can I Kick It podcast. And then the Cook and the Gooch, man. These two ladies, man, like I honestly 100% think that what they're doing is fucking groundbreaking. Like I think they have found something. They have a following. Like they have a hive. That for lack of a better term. And I see great things for them, man. They have potential to be a cultural phenomenon, like with their show, like how, like for women, what they're doing is pretty dope, man. So definitely shout out to them. Shout out to my wonder twin, the cook, the queen of the kitchen cupboard. Happy birthday. And
yeah, man. On that note,
you got to get them back on too, man.
On that note, that's right, man. Philmatic, take us out with the fader.
Okay, gang. Speaking of which, shout out to all the ladies that listen to Gangstar. And I ain't got so much. It's the holiday season, man. It ain't about if you celebrate them or not. I mean, you do what you do. Just treat everybody with respect. And be mindful that there's real shit going on in the world. So while we have our little escapism, never take your eyes off the fact that there are real things out in the world. Many people have probably seen the reports in the post, pray for Libya or Libya. We have a lot of crazy things going on in the United States. It's nothing like what's going on in Libya with these open air slave markets. I mean, for lack of a better term. And in the coward that is allegedly the president is doing things to make it hard for these stories to get out, because he's making it seem like they're not real by constantly calling them fake news. There's nothing fake about these stories. And I can't even believe he's the leader of a country And his thing is to tweet about news stories and discourage people from believing that they're actually real, and these are people's lives. But that's his burden to bear. All we can do is continue to acknowledge that these things are going on, and that we can't just pretend like they're not. So while we do have, our moments of, fun and everything, we have to be mindful about the real shit in the world. And on that note, you know what it is, baby. Work for the money, live for the love, and die for what you believe in. This is Tissue and the Tape. Everything is hip hop. Respect, heat, holders.
Family first.
Absolutely.